Warhammer fans, welcome back. It is great to see you all. It's been a minute since I've been able to do a full-length YouTube wrap-up. But we actually had a pretty full week of 40k news and announcements, including the Horus Heresy growing in new and strange ways. Some old models are rearing their heads again, and a brand new video game is coming out that I'm sure you all are going to be interested in. But I'm HoodGuard, and this is your Monday Warhammer wrap-up. Let's get into it.
The Emperor's light is my torch! Death to the enemy! We shall be the end of you! Feel the might of the righteous! For the Emperor!
We're going to start today off talking about some older models. In the past few months, the Emperor's Children, the Eldari, and the Space Wolves have all gotten new models. And although most people seem to be enjoying these new iterations, they still bring up nostalgia and reminiscing of the older versions of some of these characters. And so this week, Games Workshop announced that they would be doing a special made-to-order run of some of the older versions of these models. Now, they might not be proportional like some of their newer versions, but they do have a great aesthetic and awesome designs. So let's take a look. Returning for the Emperor's Children are going to be the classic Fabius Bile and Lucius the Eternal models, as well as a Chaos Lord. You might even recognize that the Chaos Lord is a kind of earlier rendition of what is now the Lord Cacophonist. Alongside these three character models is going to be a metal set of 3 regular Noise Marines, and then there will also be a reprint of the Glamrock Noise Marine. That last one is an Emperor's Children classic, and I might even pick it up myself. Returning for the Eldar are going to be all of the Phoenix Lords save for Lycus. And as someone who's gotten into Warhammer in the past 6 years or so, it's really cool to see where the newer Phoenix Lord models have come from. The Eldari are also getting the old metal Eldrad Ulthran model returned. And rounding out their order is a set of 5 old metal Warlocks and the original metal Farseer model. The Space Wolves are only getting 2 models returned. One is the original Lucas the Trickster model, which I know a lot of people love, and the original Njal Stormcaller model. Now, we aren't talking about the Saturday pre-order right now, but these will be up for pre-order this coming Saturday. Moving on, there's some news for any Warhammer Plus subscribers out there. The new models for subscription holders were just announced this morning. In order to get these models, you have to hold an annual subscription to Warhammer Plus, or if you're a monthly subscription holder, you have to hold that monthly subscription for 12 months straight. Obviously, these are incentives to get people to sign up for Warhammer Plus, but I gotta say, with these new models they just announced, it might be worth it. And as a subscriber, you have the choice between 2 different models, one from 40k and one from Age of Sigmar. The Age of Sigmar one is called The Summons, and it features a necromancer with 2 skeletons. There's also a wight that he's summoned rising from the ground. And as you can see with this model, they're kind of moving in a more diorama-like direction with these. The model for 40k is very cool. It's called Infinity's Lament, and it features an Eldari Spirit Seer standing on top of a wrecked Wraith Lord. Now, I maybe wouldn't have made them the same color because they do kind of blend into each other, but I love the look of this entire scene. I also like that the pose for the Eldari Spirit Seer is very transferable. You can put it on a bunch of different scenes or bases. For annual subscription holders, you can order this starting on September 22nd. For people like me who do monthly, we'll have to wait a year. Alright, next up, let's talk about the Horus Heresy. Now, recently we did get the announcement that they would be doing a scouring series for the Horus Heresy. This is going to be a multi-book, multi-year effort talking about the ramifications of the Galactic Civil War. But this week, it was announced that they would be dropping a standalone novel that's not a part of the scouring series called the Dropsite Massacre. This book will be by John French, and it will be one novel. It won't be an anthology series. They've said that there will be some returning characters like Malagos the Twisted and Karn of 8th Company, but they also said it would follow some new characters, including Catus Nex of the Raven Guard and a new Iron Hands character. Now, I thought this was an interesting choice for the Horus Heresy, especially since we have some books that do cover the Dropsite Massacre. There's the book Fulgrim, and there's the book Vulcan Lives, and there are some short stories in between that all kind of cover this event. But I think the argument could be made that each of these stories is definitely focused on one faction, and it would be nice to have something that's more all-encompassing. There's no word yet on when this will be out, though they have said it will be sometime later this year. Now, for an announcement that I'm sure a lot of you were happy about, we are finally getting Dawn of War 4. This announcement was made at Gamescom earlier this week, and it's had some mixed reception. Not necessarily about Dawn of War itself, but the trauma that fans have with the previous Dawn of War game. I know a lot of people did not enjoy some of the changes that came with that new Dawn of War game because it didn't feel like the first or second one. Well, I can say myself from watching the trailer and looking at some gameplay that it definitely encompasses some of those earlier things that made Dawn of War so great. Base building and more resource management is back, sync kills are back. But I'm definitely going to have to see some more before I'm fully optimistic about this game. But I would love to hear you all's thoughts about the Dawn of War series in general, so leave some of them in the comments below. Alright, rounding out today, as always, are going to be the Saturday pre-orders. What's going up for pre-order this coming Saturday? Now, we already mentioned the made-to-order stuff that's going up for pre-order, but the big thing for this Saturday is the new Kill Team box. The new Kill Team Tomb World box is going up for pre-order, and it has the Deathwatch Kill Team alongside the Necron Kill Team and some assorted terrain. I'm not necessarily getting this box because I'm really only interested in the Deathwatch Kill Team because it is so varied. Every single one of those models is unique. But if you're really impatient to get one of these kill teams and play them, go ahead and get the box because it's going to be about a month or two before they're available separately. And speaking of which, we have two kill teams that are going up for pre-order this Saturday that were previously in a box that are now available separately. And that is the Mechanicus' Kill Team Battleclade along with its data cards, and the Tyranids Kill Team Raveners along with their data cards. I think the Raveners are one of the most well-received kill teams recently, so I'm sure these are going to be flying off the shelves. Kind of sticking within the kill team vein, there are two kill teams that are being repackaged as squads for 40k. There is the Sisters Novitiate Squad, which is made up of the recruits of the Adeptus Sororitas, and there's the Orc Commando Squad, some of the sneakiest orcs that aren't purple. And this is kind of cool to see the natural progression in this pre-order Saturday of a kill team. First, you're introduced in a box alongside somebody else, then you're available separately, and then finally you get moved into 40k. And ending us out when talking about pre-orders, as always, is going to be a book. Robert Rath's Assassinorum Kingmaker is getting a very, very nice limited edition. This book is about assassins who are operating on a night world, and this is just a beautiful edition. I really like the colors that they went with, and the contrast is perfect. Everything Robert Rath writes is a banger, from The Fall of Cadia to The Infinite and the Divine, and Assassinorum Kingmaker is no different. This is a signed and numbered copy of the book, so there will be limited stock, but they didn't specify how many there were. Generally, it's between 1,500 and 2,000 copies, so if you really want it, make sure you're online or in line somewhere to get it. But my friends, that is going to about do it for today. Thank you guys always for watching. Make sure to leave any questions you might have in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one.